started. All right, girls. So how are you guys feeling today? Good. Okay. So as we said, I'm Miss White, or you can call me Miss Shar. Say, hey, Miss Shar.
Hey, Miss Shar.
Hey, girl. Hey. So I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I'm super pumped up. And today, what we are going to talk about is etiquette as a young lady.
Etiquette is like when you're classy.
Oh, that's a good example. Yes, when you're classy. What else does it mean to you? When you're classy, what else? Smart? Okay, keep it smart. Maybe a way to behave or a set of standards, how to conduct yourselves as a young lady. Yes, sweetie?
Like when you're humble.
When you're humble, okay. Those are more like characteristics, but they're definitely good characteristics to have, for sure. So we're going to talk about behaving as a young lady, okay? So some of you might say, I'm just a girl, I'm not a lady yet, but you're going to be developing into a young lady, okay? So let me just say this. Worrying or about etiquette or understanding how to behave as a young lady or knowing what etiquette is has nothing to do about, oh, we're just behaving this way because we care so much about what people think. No. Or, you know what, I'm going to do this because if not, they're going to talk about me. No. What I want to say is the basis of etiquette or behaving or carrying yourself a certain way is because you know who you are as a young woman. And that starts with like self-love, self-respect, knowing your value, okay, knowing that you're worthy. So when I'm talking about etiquette today, I want you have to have a certain view or perspective of yourselves. So I'm going to give you an acronym with view. So the view that you should have with yourself is that B, I'm valuable, I am important, E, I'm equal to anything and anyone, all right, and W, I am worthy of love and respect. So when you keep those things in view and in your focus, you want to behave a certain way or carry yourself a certain way because you know your value, you know your worth, you know that you're worthy of respect, you know that you're worthy of honor, you know that you're worthy of people treating you in a certain way. So that's why I like to break that down, because etiquette isn't like, girl, I gotta act like this just because my teachers are gonna talk about me or think I'm a bad student. No, it's because you have self-love, self-respect, and you want to carry yourself as the queens that you are, okay? So that's why I like to start off with talking about view, how valuable you guys are, okay, as young ladies, how important you are to our society and to us and the people around you, your friends and your family, how equal you are to anyone. So never let someone make you feel less than, unworthy, okay? Less than them because maybe the way you look, your skin complexion, the fact that you're a girl, maybe because you may not be good at some things, but you're better at other things. It doesn't matter. You're equal to any force, any person, anybody, okay? So, and again, with worthy, as I always say, you're worthy of love and respect. But that starts with loving ourselves, right? So you have to love yourself. You have to know that each and one of you in this room, you are so beautiful, you're so special, you're so unique, okay? And we don't all have to look alike. We shouldn't. If we all looked alike, it would be so boring. Girl, if I woke up and everybody looked like me, that would be so boring. After I'd be like, really? We're gonna need some variety up in here. I'm tired of seeing pink every day. I need to see some red. I need to see some blue. I need to see some brown, right? Like greens. So again, that's why I like to always encourage my girls, it's okay to be different and unique, all right? And so when you recognize who you are, when you recognize that you have value, that you have purpose, that you're special and you're uniquely made, and that's great because now you're like, I know who I am. So I'm going to conduct myself and act and behave, like I said, as the queen that I am. So let's start talking about etiquette, how we should behave. So first of all, it's going to start with that having high self-esteem, all right? If you're loving yourself, you're going to carry yourself in a certain way. So let's start off by talking about the way that we walk, right? So what does this tell you if I'm coming in a room and I'm like this?
You're sad. Yes.
I'm sad. Feeling down.
You're depressed. Self-confidence. You have no self-confidence.
No self-confidence.
You're
Depressed.
I was about to say.
All great answers. So we, as the queens that we are, when we walk, we should hold our heads up high. Even if you're not having a good day, it's okay. Keep that head up high. Know who you are. Okay, and then let's talk about posture. It's very important as a young woman to work on our postures. Now, can I be honest with you guys? I have to constantly think about that sometimes because I can slouch very easily just because I'm being lazy or I'm slouching in my chair, and I think about it. And when I think about it, I make myself go like this and stand straight up, and I count to 20. I force myself because I can't slouch. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be up here like, girl, hey, girl, hey, but I'm slouching. It's like, no. People are going to view you a certain way. It looks like I'm not confident. So everybody, put your shoulders up, roll them back, head up high. This is the way that we should walk into a room. You know what that says? This girl is confident. This woman is confident. She knows who she is. She knows her value. So that's the first thing. When you walk into the room, you want your presence to be known. You want your presence to be felt. So if my head is down and I'm walking in here like, hi guys, good morning. No, that's a sad presence. When you come into a room, you want to bring light. You want to bring a perspective of there is hope, there's happiness, there's joy in this day. I know who I am. So that's a reason why you want to shoulders back. Everybody, let me see it. Shoulders back, chins up. Walk into that room with confidence, okay? Because as I said, you want your presence to be felt. You want your presence to be known in that room. Why? Because you're V, which is what? What does V stand for? Anybody remember? V stands that I am valuable. I stands for I am important. E, I am equal to anyone and anything. And W, I am worthy. So when you walk in that room, chin up, shoulders back, walking in a straight line like, yes, I know I'm somebody. Yes, I'm important. Yes, I'm valuable. Yes, I know that I can do whatever I put my mind to. So that's the first thing that we want to talk about. Feeling your presence, knowing who you are, having that self-respect, self-love, walking in a room like the queens that you are, okay? And it starts now at your age, that self-confidence, okay? And so that's part of just how we should behave as young women as well, walking in a room with self-confidence, knowing who we are, holding our heads up high. So that's when you walk in a room. What about when you sit, when you take a seat? So something that's very important that I like to talk about, I love fashion and I love to wear skirts and dresses and boots, as you can see, tall boots. So you all like different things. A lot of you like jeans, probably skinny jeans, all right? Skinny jeans and leggings. Now people don't dress up that much anymore, do they? Kids. When I was in school, we used to wear like the cute little plaid skirts with the knee highs and the little shoes with the little bitty heels. I don't see that in the schools much that I work in, but that's okay. So I'm going to demonstrate for you guys how you guys should sit. So I'm going to tilt the camera so that they can see as well. Hopefully we'll share this. You guys can go to YouTube. All right, and so when you walk into that room, we're going to walk. How are we going to walk? With our chins up what?
High.
All right. Shoulders what? I'm going to walk like this?
No.
No. Chin back, chin up, shoulders back, walking that you're confident. You can smile. Sometimes you're not going to always smile. Let's be real. But when you walk in the room, you should, right? You should smile. It's a nice thing to do, right? That's inviting. Take a seat. So if I have on a dress or a skirt, let's assume. What's wrong with this? Now, you guys are laughing at me, but you will be surprised. I teach a lot of girls. You will be very surprised how many students sit like this in a dress or a skirt. Now, even if I have on jeans, like I have on now, is this still appropriate?
No.
No, this is not appropriate. It's just, no one should be seeing in between your legs. Yes. And even though now they're not seeing my underwear or any private areas or anything, it's still inappropriate. It's just not polite and it's just not respectful. So you want to keep your legs closed, okay? Again, what's wrong with this picture?
You're lazy. You're
slouching. Does this look inviting?
No.
Does it look like I'm confident?
No.
No. Now again, I told you, what did I tell you? Sometimes I find myself being lazy. And I'm like, oh man, okay. And I make myself count to 20 because it can be a really bad habit just because, we're not always thinking about that. But I can tell you this, if you make that a habit, after a while, it won't, you won't have to think about it. Because sometimes, because I'm lazy with it, when I do this, my back hurts a little. You want to know why? Because my spine is not used to being in that position. So the more that you practice this, it will get better, easier, and you'll get more used to it, okay? Yes, sweetie, you have a question?
Why did you count to 20?
Honestly, it's just something I do a discipline for myself because I just make myself stay like that. Because if I just say, okay, slouch, sit up straight, I'll just go back to slouching, I'm gonna be honest. So I just force myself. It's like a challenge, like, okay, stay there for 20. And I'm training my spine to actually stay in that position. You don't have to do that. You can do 5 seconds, 10 seconds, however long you want. I just force myself to do 20 because that's kind of hard and it's longer, but it's training my spine. So okay, we know that this is wrong. So we know that this is correct. All right? Okay, we know that this is wrong. We know that this is correct. Okay, and so then the next thing that you have to be conscious of is when you wear a dress or a skirt, naturally, when you take a seat, what happens to that skirt? It comes up. It's natural, it just happens. So it's very important when you sit down to make sure you just pull it down because it's going to slide up. That's just how it happens. Now, if you want to cross your legs, I definitely am. I never really sit like this. even with J's on. Just be careful, making sure that no one is seeing what's going on here. If you want to put your hand there, cross your legs, that's fine. Pull your skirt down. It's just polite, because can I be honest, girls? Everybody don't need to see your goodies. That's not for people to see. Yeah, it's not cool. You don't want people to see that. And it's okay to love fashion and wear cute skirts, to wear things, but you want to make sure that you pull it down and that no one's seeing what's under there. No one should see your underwear, okay? So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, so that's pretty simple. So you might want to cross your legs like this, pull your skirt down. If something is showing, then you may need to put your hand there. Now, if it's always constantly something showing, then you might just want to wear a longer skirt, okay? If I could be honest. If you're still struggling because you're sitting down and you feel like, ooh, everything's showing, like everybody's seeing all my goodies, and I'm pulling it down, then maybe it's a little bit too short, okay? And then you could talk to, at your age, I'm sure your parents are probably monitoring what you're wearing, but these are just things that you can also think about as you're, getting a little bit older as well, okay? All right, and again, this isn't about worrying about what other people think about you. It's about what you know about yourself, that you're a queen and that you have value and self-worth, and that you should honor yourself and carry yourself in a way that shows respect for yourself, okay? So, again, that is just sitting. Now, we are going to talk about bending down, okay? Let's say my iPad is there, okay? My iPad is on the floor and I want to pick it up. Let's say I have on a skirt. What is wrong with this?
Your booty goes so.
Exactly. So what are you seeing?
You're supposed to squat down.
You're seeing my underwear, you're seeing my butt. No one needs to see your what? Goodies. All right, exactly. So a better way to go about it, if you have on a shorter skirt, you can hold it on one side so it's not rolling up, and you could just bend down like this. It's not that hard. You can bend down, both knees, come down, grab that iPad, and come right back up.
Can you just go like this?
Yep, you could do that. You could come right down, pick it up, and come up. But sometimes, if you have on a shorter skirt, it'll rise up, so you might want to hold one side so it's not coming up. Again, no one needs to see your goodies, girls, okay? They just really shouldn't. That's just for you to see, all right? And so, that's very important. These are just little things that we don't know, okay? Sorry, I have to fix that. Those are just little things that we don't know, and I don't want to assume that you know. So when I go into schools, I'm not judging the girls. I want to teach you, because maybe no one has taught you. And sometimes etiquette and charm is a lost art that we don't talk about now, but it is still very important, okay? So I'm going to move this chair out of the way. We're done with that. Okay, so that's that. So we know that we need to walk in the room, chins up, shoulders back, walking confidently. When we bend down, you don't want to go directly down. Both knees come down, pick up whatever it is that you need to pick up. If you need to hold one side of your skirt, do so. When you sit down, legs should not be open, legs should be closed. Whatever you're wearing, it doesn't matter. Your legs should not be wide open. Keep them closed, okay? If you like to cross your legs, that is fine. Just make sure that you're covering up, no one's seeing your goodies, as I like to say. All right, so that's kind of just an overview of that. So here are some other tips that I just want to give you. I'm going to look at my iPad, just so I don't forget anything, because I do not want to forget anything with you ladies. All right, so we said watch when you're bending down. Here's another really good tip. Ladies, as young girls, you're starting to develop. It's normal. It's part of puberty, okay? Something to think about. If you are wearing, and I'm going to start telling you this now because you're going to start wearing, maybe, it depends, a lower cut shirt, like mine is not lower cut, but if it is a little bit lower cut, let's not assume just because you're young, you need to wear a tank top under it. Or a cami. No one should see your bra or your sports bra. I don't know if some of you are starting to wear training bras, but no one needs to see that. So it's just very important to start. Now, if I have a shirt that's this low cut, you want to wear something like a little tank top or a cami under it, so that when you bend down, what's the problem when you bend down in front of people? You see your breast, okay? You guys can say it. You can see your breast, okay, or your boobs, whatever you want to call it. So let me tell you, as an adult, like some women may feel like it's not a big deal, but I just like to be respectful. My view is that I don't want people to see my breast. This isn't for you to see. I'm being honest. Now, for me, it's different if it's my husband or something like that, different situation, but like if I'm out and about and I'm at work, I'm teaching you girls now, because believe me, this time now is going to go really fast. You're going to be teenagers before you know it. You're going to be young adults. You're going to be in dating relationships. This stuff you need to know now. Okay, when you bend down, here's a rule of thumb. What I usually do, especially if I'm around men, you know, and I do work with men. So and when I'm having like a little cute dress or something like that, if I bend down, I put my hand right here. Why am I putting my hand right here? My shirt won't fall down. They don't see my cleave, my breast. They don't need to see that. They don't need to look under my dress. I mean, under my shirt. They don't need to see what's going on under there. Those are my goodies. They don't need to see that, right? So it's very important because honestly, we don't think about it. It seems like it's not a big deal. But you want to know what made me think about it? Because plenty of times when I've been down, they were looking. Okay? I'm being honest. I am being honest. And it's normal because they're attracted to us. Okay? So when you bend down, that is a distraction to them. So you want to protect yourself and protect them, that they shouldn't be looking at you. So you bend down. When you put your hand there, you're keeping your shirt up, but you're covering your cleavage and your boobs as well. They don't need to see that, okay? So that's just something that's really small we don't talk about, but I see it a lot of times where women just bend down, or even girls, because girls don't think about it. You're just living life. You're not thinking about that someone's looking down there. But when you bend down, just hold your hand there. No one needs to see it, okay? All right, so that's just a small tip. So no one should see your bra, no one should see your breast. So now we're going to talk about some things that's a little bit different. So let's talk about when we're talking, when we're in conversation with people. Now this is a really important one and a really funny one. When we're in conversation with people, it is very important, girls, that we don't cut people off. That we learn to listen, okay? That we learn to listen and not cut people off. Can I tell you guys that this is something that I'm constantly working on, because I'm constantly cutting people off when I talk. And it's usually just family members because you're in a conversation with them. But someone start a conversation with me, start talking. Let me pick someone. Go ahead and start talking with me. So how'd you, go ahead. Okay, so you know what I was thinking? I like girls too, and I think that we should not talk about
Chickens?
chickens. Yeah, you know what, chickens. Okay, how did you feel when I'm cutting you off? How do you feel when I'm cutting you off?
Excuse me.
Exactly. So here's the thing, ladies. I'm definitely working on this because I think that we do it, but it is rude. Let's try that when we're in conversations, that we listen to the other person. Let's not think about what we're going to say next. Let's try to really understand what they're saying so that we can respond, okay? So that's a quick one. Yes, you have a question.
What if you're in a rush to talk and you have to go and they cut you off?
You say excuse me.
You have to
I know,
go.
but you're in a rush. You don't have time to say.
Okay. If you have to leave the situation, then you do have to just say, "Hey, I'm sorry. Let's talk later. I have to go." That's fine. I mean, there's times where it's an exception to the rule and you have to cut someone off. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's move